CODA WA developed the Mentoring to Work program out of a direct response to our members' concerns regarding the state of employment for younger generations. It's been a great opportunity for people who have lived longer lives, acquired more knowledge and experience, to share that with younger people coming through.
We're delighted to be involved in this project, and this is a great example of an intergenerational activity that's bringing benefit to the community.
In 2008, about 5 to 6% of the 15 to 24 population in Western Australia were unemployed. In the last decade, this has grown to over 14%.
The risk of not engaging young adults, at a critical time in their life is that they may miss out on gaining the experience needed to get further work. There are mental health risks in that, in terms of identity and engagement, participation in the broader society.
We have one of the highest unemployment rates in all of the country for young adults aged 18 to 25. So the Perth North area in Western Australia was seen as an ideal region for the Mentoring to Work program to take place.
So the project team started to work through the toolkit with young adults, and we'd bed down what we do as a foundation, what pathways the young adults wanted to go on, or if they didn't have a pathway, or what were the things that they needed help with.
When we're working with the young adults in the toolkit part of the program, all of our focus is about preparing the young adults to be in the best position that they can be in, to really take advantage of the skills and the experience and the knowledge that our mentors have to share.
This is an individual program set up for each young adult differently, so we deal with every young adult in a different manner.
Because Mentoring to Work is a research program, it was really important for us to recruit as many young adults into the program as possible. To do this, we engaged with job active providers all across the Perth North region.
Some of the issues that young people are facing when entering the job market is employers are taking a worst case scenario approach. From the feedback we've received from young people, it's about not being able to prove their worth within a workplace. They're not being given that opportunity to demonstrate their skills and not being given a chance to show how their behaviours and their attitudes actually align with what the business wants.
They don't realise the potential they have within themselves, and they look at the selection criteria and go like, I can't get that job.
We've referred people across the Mentoring to Work program as an additional option, getting them involved with someone which is already working, letting them see the sort of things that they go through, how to sort of get into the workplace and what's expected of you. So that's something I feel the programs currently don't have, and I just fill that gap really nicely for us.
Mentoring to Work program, that is, when I heard about it from you, I thought it was like a really good opportunity for the youth that come to my club, for them to engage with someone within the industry that they want to work in, so that they know the ins and outs and they get correct guidance on how to progress within their career.
It was difficult. It took 2 years to find my first job, and after that it took another year to find the job that I have now.
Before joining the Mentoring to Work program, I was very unsure about where my future was taking me and what jobs I really wanted to apply for.
It was pretty hard. There wasn't really a lot of point to it, because I'd apply, I wouldn't even get an automated email back from workplaces that I applied to. And when I went in person, they'd just say apply online. So
it was all very impersonal, with very little in the way of feedback.
I found myself using the same resume for every job that I was applying for. But when I came to Mentor to Work, I learned that every job I apply to, I actually need to tailor it to that job.
Mentoring to Work seemed like sort of a breath of fresh air.
The reason I joined Mentor to Work was, my thought process was, why not? There's no backlash from it, there's no harm in doing it. It seemed like a good opportunity, and I've never had the opportunity before. It's sort of a new territory for me, so it seemed something good to do.
So our involvement with the Mentoring to Work programme started really early on. We went along and we were kind of hooked immediately because we really loved the idea to support young people through mentoring and volunteering, which is something we're really passionate about. So we became involved as a partner organisation, and we've been involved with the steering committee all the way through, but we've also been the recruitment agency, if you like, for the mentors for the programme.
Recruitment of mentors was simply about casting the net as wide as we could to get the widest variety of mentors involved to match the wide variety of young people involved in the program as well.
I'd recently retired and I had planned to do some volunteer work with another organisation, but when I saw this, it seemed to me to be a much better fit with my background in education and working in statewide career development and mentoring programs.
I was looking for something to fulfil, I suppose, a desire to do some volunteering, and it sounded like it would tie in really well with what I was currently doing. So I sourced out some more information and I thought the program was amazing, and I joined.
I joined Mentoring to Work because for me it was an opportunity to provide support to young people that probably didn't have access to career support services.
And I think it's where opportunity and sort of preparation come together, is where the magic happens. And I'm a bit worried about the opportunity side for the young job hunters today. So if I think about the opportunities kind of becoming fewer and more far between, then I think it's that preparation is the important part, and that's what I think we can help these young people with.
I find mentoring, to me, I'm very, very lucky that I have Jayden as my mentee, and he's been amazing. It gives us a chance to work together to achieve a common goal. I really enjoy, I suppose, the aspect of assisting someone else achieve their goals, or even not even assisting, just being there so I can be the cheer squad or whatever that they need to be.
I guess it's an act of making difference in other people's life, helping them, give them, I guess, a little bit of solid ground and help them to achieve the goals they set.
I get to share my skills, wisdom and knowledge with Shiloh, but in fact she brought her own set of skills and knowledge to the process. So I'd like to think that she and I have bounced off one another. I've never been of the view that I have all the answers, and in fact I've encouraged her to unpick my observations and agree or disagree, and I think that's worked well for the both of us.
The way I helped my young adult was she was a very talented young lady with a lot of skills, but probably didn't know how to articulate it. By stopping and establishing a personal brand, we were able to create a process that enabled her to present herself and articulate who she was to employers.
By drawing on my own experience, passing on what I can to help them develop their own abilities and self-confidence to get to where they want to be.
Provided him with lots of other options and possibilities, ones where I thought his personality and his skill set was more appropriate, and ever since he's made that decision he's had study success and employment success.
I suppose it's a really good sounding board for Jayden if he has any questions that we can run through and just bounce some ideas.
Making sure that they've got plans A, B and C, different options, and are prepared to make decisions when challenges or things come up which they're not necessarily expecting to.
So to evaluate the impact, we're looking at both a process evaluation and an outcomes evaluation. So for the process evaluation, we're running alongside the model to see what is being done, how it's being done, and we're feeding back input into the program as it goes along.
And for the outcomes evaluation, we've got a quasi-experimental design, which means that we have the treatment group, young adults who are receiving mentoring, and we can compare that to a control group who are also young adults in the same age group who are unemployed. And what we're able to do is test each group across 2 points in time and then compare any changes.
I learned from my mentor that I have more people reading for me than I thought, and that
Networking is very important. She taught me the confidence to go out and put myself out there so other people know that I am employable, I'm a good employee, as well as developing personal skills that can help in your employability and that are just important in your personal life.
Well, from my mentor I learned heaps to do with like career maps, applying for jobs, the importance of having an updated resume.
So one of my goals at the very beginning was to get off Centrelink and to be relying on myself financially. I got a job and now I'm looking to sort of elevate within the job. So just having that stability of having to support myself financially rather than having to depend on anyone else.
So before I joined the program, I found that finding jobs is really difficult. But after I joined the program, I got my amazing mentor, Denise. I found that it's really easy to apply for jobs and I get like really confident and I do have the brave talking to the employer. And now I found a casual job, which I'm really happy to have.
I think in a sentence, mentoring to work has helped enable me to be able to support myself through other people being able to support me so that I've been able to stand on my 2 feet and say, hey, I can do this.
Mentoring to Work has been an amazing programme that supports young adults by exposing them to knowledge and guidance and also resources that they may not have had available to them otherwise into a programme and a lifestyle that will give them some financial stability and some goals.
Mentoring for me is everything. It's some of the most basic stuff that we should be doing as human beings in terms of helping someone else achieve their goals, whether that's about employment in this case or more simplistic life skills stuff.
This program has enabled me to gain a greater understanding about the reality of young unemployed people and to see how a person-centred, caring and respectful approach can have an impact on their lives.
For me, it gives me hope that we can develop more sophisticated responses to things that, it's not just a job issue, it's actually a multidimensional, complex social issue